In order to survive in e-commerce, you need one of two things. One, a clever product. So think Shark Tank. These products are inherently going to go viral and people are going to be drawn to them. Or two, a really good brand. To build a $10 million plus e-commerce company, you are going to need both. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do the second part of that, and that is creating your brand using AI. If you want to know more about how to find $1 million product ideas, make sure you just go back to our last video because we made a whole section on how we use ChatGPT to do that ourselves. So first, let's define what exactly is a brand. In my opinion, a brand is an emotional connection that you share with your customers. This is the emotion that they get when they buy your product or when they use your product or eat your product or whatever your product is. That feeling that they have when they experience your product. But the most important part of any brand is how do they share it with other people? If you think about the most powerful brands that exist, oftentimes there's that emotional connection that makes me want to share it with other people because I'm excited about what that brand stands for. I mean, I think Apple is the classic example of this. When you buy something from Apple, you want to tell people about it and you want to take pictures of the product in the box. People keep the boxes for no reason other than the fact that they just enjoy seeing it. It stands for something and it makes you feel a certain way. And that's exactly what a brand is. And there are more examples of this. For example, if you buy something from Nike, you're gonna feel more motivated. If you buy something from Lululemon, you're gonna feel luxurious. If my wife buys something from Louis Vuitton, my bank account starts to cry, but she feels this sense of wealth and empowerment. And so that is the example of what a brand is. In my mind, the reason why so many e-commerce companies fail is that they overlook the importance of a really good brand. They're in it to try to make a quick buck with a product they don't care about, and that isn't gonna work in the long run. Think about it. There are cheap alternatives for all of those products out there, yet none of those cheaper products are going to give you that same emotion as when you buy the real thing. And that's what I want to help you get to, is how you can use AI to create a brand that people are actually going to be excited about. And so if you're new here, we use AI to launch an e-commerce company with the goal of going from $0 to $50,000 in sales in just 120 days. And so far we've used AI to do everything. It's chosen our product, it's created our logo, our branding, our product images, our website, and everything in between. And honestly, the thing that I'm most proud of is how well AI was able to create our brand. And in my mind, the brand is just a combination of your company name, the logo, the slogan, the colors that you choose, and then your mission statement or what is the purpose of your company. So here's the logo that AI created for us. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. It's just the H, the little wave in the middle, I think just ties our brand together with the idea of it being high tide, which is very much so a beach/ocean concept. ChatGPT also created our tagline, which is nuts about comfort. And this is playful, it's funny, and it's honestly just us. And as ChatGPT puts it, this tagline encapsulates our commitment to keeping your precious cargo happy while you have a ball of a time at the beach. I couldn't have said it better myself. Again, that's why I love using ChatGPT for all the branding. ChatGPT also thought of the technology that powers our product, which is called the Nut Nook, and it named that. And the Nut Nook description is also brilliant. This is what people really love. Enter the Nut Nook, our genius creation, the Taj Mahal for your meatballs. It's like a throne for your groin, a sanctuary for your spuds, a cocoon for your cojones. With Nut Nook, you'll have nothing to fear but a shortage of sunscreen. We will make sure our tech is the talk of the beach, making waves and ensuring your beach buddies are never in a tight spot. Again, this is all done through ChatGPT, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create branding as good as ours. Lastly, I'm going to show you a test that you can do to prove if your brand is effective or not. Most of you probably aren't branding experts, and so you might not know if your brand and what AI is able to create for you is effective or not effective. So it's just a pretty easy test that I'll go over that I would recommend doing before you settle on anything. So in this video, I'm going to be walking through exactly how we used AI to create our brand name, our slogan, our logo, and our mission statement. And I'll also be telling you about all the AI tools that we use and my honest review of them. If you want the quick TLDR, we use ChatGPT to think of our name, our slogan, and our mission statement. We use coolers to decide on what our color palette was going to be, and then we use Looka and Brandmark to create our logo. So let's dive into it. So let's start with the most important one, and that is your company name. This is the cornerstone for your entire brand. You have to do a good job of creating a really good company name, and I'll show you exactly the prompts that we use within ChatGPT to think of High Tide, which is a brilliant name in my opinion. So personally, I love the prompt, "You are now a branding expert. You are able to think of company names that are extremely creative. We are selling swim trunks with a pouch for the male anatomy. What questions do you need to ask me to help you think of the perfect name?" The reason why that this is such a good prompt is because it almost takes the legwork out of you needing to know what to tell ChatGPT, and now you have ChatGPT giving you the questions that it wants answered. Now, ChatGPT is going to list out a ton of different questions that it wants you to answer. However, this is a level 100 ChatGPT move that you can use, and that's just tell ChatGPT to answer it for you. ChatGPT is probably going to know more about branding than you are, and so having ChatGPT give you the right answers is a great step in the right direction. And you can obviously modify any of the results that you don't like, but this is a great place to just have ChatGPT lay out exactly what the branding overview could be for your company. And the reason this is so effective is now ChatGPT is going to understand your specific brand. It knows who your target audience is. It knows what your unique selling point is. It knows the tone or the vibe that you're trying to get across. It knows your keywords. And so it's going to have this understanding of your brand in full, and that's going to help when you start to create your slogan and your mission statement. Now, it's probably going to start with some pretty rough names, and that's completely fine. You have to realize that this is going to be a longer process than just a few prompts that you can use. Your company name is going to be specific to you and what your preferences are, and ChatGPT just has to start to learn that. And so when you're going through, know that there's going to be a lot of modifications that are going to happen, and you're going to have to refine the prompts quite a bit. However, when you do find a brand name that ChatGPT gives you, make sure you tell ChatGPT that you really like that idea and you want to see more names similar to that name. And after a while, ChatGPT will start to catch on and give you good company names. And if ChatGPT is struggling to create any names that you enjoy, go and find some other brand names that you like and have ChatGPT create ones that are similar to those. Again, the more information that you can tell ChatGPT about what you're looking for, the better that these brand names are going to be. Now, once you have your company name, you're going to want to figure out the color scheme for your company. And this can be done in two different ways, and both ways are extremely easy. The first is just in that same thread of ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT what colors would make the most sense for your brand based on the tone and the style that you're trying to portray. There's a lot within color psychology that you might not know about, but ChatGPT will, so it will give you good recommendations. However, if you want something a little more customized to you and what you like, which that's totally fine, there's a website called Coolors, and this is what we use to create our color scheme. So all you have to do is go to Coolors, it's free, create your account, and you can just filter through as many different color schemes as you want. The cool thing is that when you find a color that you like, you can just save it, and then you can keep going until you have 5 colors that you really enjoy. And again, this is a free website, so I would highly recommend checking it out regardless of if you use that or just ChatGPT. Next up, I'm going to show you how you can create your slogan and your mission statement using ChatGPT. And again, these are really important because this is almost the first impression that people are going to have of your brand. When you verbally tell someone what you're doing, you're probably just going to talk about your mission statement because that's what you stand for and that's what people are going to be drawn towards. The great thing is that OpenAI just released its custom instructions within ChatGPT. And so you can take the answers that ChatGPT gave you to all the initial questions about your company and enter them into this custom instruction page. What that's going to do is that's going to allow you to not have to enter in, we are X and Y company, but ChatGPT is going to just know that because it's saved within these custom instructions. So I would recommend starting with your mission statement. It's a lot easier to create a slogan when you have your mission statement already established. And so I'll show you exactly how we use ChatGPT to create our mission statement. First, you want to make sure that you have an understanding of what the tone of this mission statement is going to be. Do you want it to be funny? Do you want it to be clever? Do you want it to be professional? Do you want it to be relaxed? You need to tell ChatGPT what you're looking for because that's how it's going to know what type of statement to create. Ours, we were trying to go for humor. We want to draw a humorous reaction from people when they read our mission statement. And so this prompt I used was, you're an expert at branding for e-commerce brands. Create a mission statement for High Tide, our company name, that is funny and clever. We want people to laugh when reading ours, so make sure we create a humorous reaction. Keep this to 3 sentences. Adding in the length is nice too, because ChatGPT can ramble on sometimes. And again, this is going to be a process. It's not going to get it right on the first time. The first one that ChatGPT gave us was extremely cringy and quite cheesy, and so over and over we had to say less cheesy and more humorous. And if you're struggling with this step, just find a sentence that you really like that ChatGPT's given you and make sure to tell it to include that in all the future mission statements that it creates. Then you can just sentence by sentence start to create your mission statement, and that's a great way to get over any humps if ChatGPT is struggling to create something that you like. And next up is your slogan, and this part honestly took the longest for us because it kept giving us slogans that included a comma and a colon, and even after I told it not to include those things, it still did. So the prompt that we use is essentially just create a slogan based on our mission statement. We want this to be less than 5 words and we want it to be a complete sentence. However, again, ChatGPT really struggled to pick up on the idea of no punctuation in there, but we eventually got to it, and that is nuts about comfort. Looking back, if ChatGPT is struggling to give you slogans that you like, because that again happened to us, what I would recommend is tell ChatGPT some slogans that you do enjoy. Again, if you like Nikes, tell it why you like Nikes. The more information that ChatGPT has when it comes to the slogan that you want, the better results that it's going to give you. Again, anything that you put into ChatGPT, the quality of what you put in is the quality that you're going to get out. The more information that ChatGPT has, the better that slogan is going to be. So the last step is creating your logo, and again, this is the most important part. This is the way that anyone is going to recognize your brand, and it's that visual identity that people are going to associate you with. So the two tools that we used to create our logo were Looka and Brandmark, and both of these have a similar onboarding flow where you just fill out some information about your company and your product, and it's going to start to create logos just based on that. The process of creating logos honestly takes less than 5 minutes, and it gives you a lot of inspiration on both of these platforms of what potential logos for you could look like. Now, I have to emphasize the point of inspiration. These logos aren't going to be perfect. It's not going to be as good as what you see on all these big, large companies, but this is going to be a way for you to honestly, for free, be able to get your logo created and start to use it on your website and everywhere else. And now everyone has a different preference of what they like for logos, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time showing you exactly how to use these tools, but they are the ones that I would recommend for you to get that initial inspiration to then touch it up, add different colors or whatever you want to do to make it yours. And unless you want to drop hundreds or even thousands of dollars on a professional designer to create a logo, I think these are the best alternatives to that. Yes, there are platforms like Fiverr or Upwork or 99 Designs. However, you have to pay and then they create it and you don't know if they're going to be good or not. There's a lot more risk going with a freelancer than there is you being able to create your own. You have an idea in your head of what you're looking for, or these tools can give you a ton of ideas. So I would say start here before you look at those other platforms. Now here's the test to find out how good your branding is. Find 10 to 15 people that are close to you. They could be family members, they could be friends, they could be colleagues, they could be classmates, and show them or tell them everything that you've done. And based on their reaction, you're going to be able to see if you hit the mark or not. For example, when we tell people our slogan, we usually get a smile or a little laugh, and that's all that we're going for. We want humor to be their initial reaction, and that's how you're going to know if your branding is good. That initial emotion that you're going for, if they show that, then you're on the right track. Now, when you're doing that test, you want to make sure that you are talking to people within your target demographic. For example, if I were to tell this branding to an 80-year-old man, they might not find it as funny as if I were to tell a 22-year-old male at college. Again, branding is all about that emotional connection to your customers. And so if from your brand name or your slogan or your mission statement, you're already getting that emotional response, you're on a good track to know that your branding is really solid. And by using AI to do all of this for us, it not only saved us thousands of dollars, but also hours of time of us trying to think of it ourselves, which is extremely difficult and a very creative process. And honestly, all the sales that we have as of now are because of our brand and not because of the product, because we haven't gotten our product yet. So this is all on the concept of what we're doing and also just that emotional connection to our customers. And I know I focused on e-commerce for all my videos. However, this is a very universal video. You don't need to just be an e-commerce owner to be able to follow these steps. You can do whatever you want. And honestly, I just encourage you to try out these tools and test them to see how easy they are. AI can be very intimidating, and I hope that my videos can do a good job of just simplifying it down for you. You don't need to be a techie to know how to use these AI tools. All you have to do is start testing them because they are made in a way that is very easy for the average user. However, let me make one thing clear. Having a really good brand doesn't automatically guarantee e-commerce success. You still have to choose a pretty good product, and execution is everything. And if you haven't already, make sure you go back and watch the video that we created on how we use ChatGPT to think of our our product, which in my opinion is a brilliant product. And then also stay tuned for future videos where we talk about how we use AI to create our social media, our email campaigns, and everything else that comes with launching an e-commerce business. And I won't do a cheesy outro or anything like that, but if you found this video or any of the other videos that I've made helpful, please just make sure that you like it, make sure that you leave a comment or question. I'm happy to answer anything that you have when it comes to launching an e-commerce business, and then make sure you hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot. Thank you.